So, among some of the newly added guns into the game, one of the ones that has been relatively controversial, not because it's actually like a stupidly overpowered gun like the FNFL, but because of the decision to make it only findable in raid right out the gate. And the gun that I'm talking about is the new pistol, the M9 Beretta. It's honestly a very nice looking gun, although I will say that it currently I think people don't really people don't really use it that much, therefore it becomes a non-issue. But if you try to mag palm it, the other magazine kind of disappears, so you can't really do that per se. But I'm just gonna test it out a little bit, and then maybe if we somehow don't die with this, we'll end up putting on a couple attachments to it, see how nice and clean it can get. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see y'all in raid. So in truth, it's actually been quite a while since I did pistol only raids. The only times I've actually done pistol only raids was probably like when I was first starting out, and I was like, running Glock only raids, or like, and I was who was that? And I still had that gear fear about me, so what I did back in the day was I run LBAV, and then uh and then the rest would be and then like maybe like a 2011, and that would be about it, really. It was really the main star of the show was the 2011. I remember seeing one guy stand exactly here, and I shot at him, and I had the exfil, and then he started speaking all kinds of weird crap at me, saying that he can like smell me and shit like that, which, I mean, admittedly is really fucking weird, but hey, you know what? Should you really be surprised? Like this entire community is full of fucking children, so I mean, it's not to say that I didn't feel the fear. I will say I was definitely on edge because the servers here are relatively unpopular, to the point that that if I were to play PvP right now, the odds of me actually like finding another person is the meme. Your odds of being killed by a cow is low but never zero. Yeah, so that's basically what it was mostly about. Low but never zero in PV PvP. So that's actually like the main reason why I don't actually do PvP these days, because it kind of the purpose is kind of defeated when you when your servers are so unpopular that you end up just going back to PvE anyways. And hey, you know what? At least in PvE, I can rest assured knowing that I will never encounter any other players unless I was put in a situation where I was living some sort of like creepy pasta or analog horror, and then I would be promptly killed after taking off my headset. I mean, I will say it is weirdly quiet outside my room for 10:30 at night. I do kind of wish the Beretta had a different uh had a different weapon sound though. It's just the current one that almost all the other pistols use, or a large majority of them do at the very least. It seems to be performing pretty much what you would expect the pistol to perform like. It's nothing overly impressive, but it is alright, I guess. I mean, as far as it goes, it has about, I think, a 15 round magazine capacity, somewhere around there. And it has a 15 round magazine capacity. It's chambered in 9x19, which is a very common round. It's the round that your Glock uses, except for some reason that you can't buy this gun at all. So you're kind of shit out of luck for if you plan to like use it. But I will say it does look like a very nice gun. I'm just very unsure on why they made it findable in raid only. Maybe it's because they were planning to follow through with that thing that they were talking about how like the trade they were going to move on from buying weapons and such, and we're going to make it so that you would be more inclined to find your own guns in the raid. I believe that was something that was often talked about, and I mean hated on because I mean the whole past of Tabor has been you've been able to buy guns, so the fact that they wanted to change it would definitely ruffle some feathers, I would say. But uh, if it helps swap up the economy, or just like, have that player-based thing, then it wouldn't be such a bad thing after all. Cause can you imagine having enough dosh to purchase an MCX spear from another player who is like obviously overcharging you, but you know if you don't get it, someone else will, so you practically fuck up the market just by overpaying, and then that guy actually uses that money to in turn buy a bar that just claps you next round and then free profit. It is an interesting concept that they're going for. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, and quite frankly, it's not really any bit my business. Cause I don't make video games, so I can't really say if it's a good idea or not. And at the very least, at face value, I try to talk to Proper. Proper doesn't respond either because he's completely dead inside from uh from having to do work, or he has been successfully I my bro has been successfully taken away from me by the lady. But anyways, that was the Beretta. Let's go into another raid, maybe with some attachments, and we'll see how it performs. Alright, so one thing to definitely talk about is that you can't put a rail on the gun. Honestly, it's not surprising because the whole thing is smooth, so it didn't seem like it would be able to in any case. However, you can put a silencer and you can put a silencer on it, I suppose. And I suppose that would do for all intents and purposes. Honestly, to be honest, the it's more of a crutch than anything else to use a laser, because I can be so lazy with aiming sometimes that it's not that it's honestly really surprising that I still have still have semi-decent aim outside of using lasers, because I use it as like a guiding tool to help me aim better in general. Also, I have an orange key card. We're gonna exfil from orange later, but we can open it now just to see what we got. It's an AK-5C mag. I guess if I ever end up using an AK-5C, I suppose, but otherwise nothing too great. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit difficult. If you want to use a most of these guns require you to use suppressors when you need them. It's also a full thing of 4.6. That is amazing. So yeah, as you can see, you can't even put a flashlight on it. Actually, you know, this is actually what kind of my Into the Radius setup used to look like, except what actually happened was that we had something that would go over the gun front and back, so we could not only attach a laser on a laser at the bottom, we could also have a sight on top. So that is.
Hej ty, k zemi, nebo chcípneš, vole?
I have such strength. For real though, that takes some strength to do that. Definitely wouldn't be easy for your regular Joe Schmo. Oh, what an upgrade, right? Too bad this is not a Deagle video. Also, I do actually have a quest to do here. It's one of the USB ones, but it's in the metro instead of the actual like old bunker. Well, you know what? At the very least, you know, based off the past 2 videos that I've recorded / edited, the luck of this video is not as impressive. So I can at the very least beat the streamer luck allegations these times. Even though, you know, as of recording this video, I did just upload that one video of like how you know, POV or average streamer luck ridden rate or whatever the hell it was called.
Já tě zabiju.
Well, I do need to collect Glocks for that task that I have. I haven't really been taking doing my tasks seriously, even though I really should be. But you know, we're recording videos. We're allowed to be a little bit lazy. Almost full too. I have no problem if we end up using MP7s come time. Pilot helmet. This is always the most dangerous part of going down the underground. So that they added back the freaking 2 asshole phoenixes down here. So you need to get their attention and then run all the way back up. I think using pistols is a pretty good pretty good way of training your aim, because I think most people would be comfortable with using pistols in general, or at the very least I fare better aiming with a pistol than most other guns. At the very least, you know. I mean, you use whatever you're most comfortable with, but seems like seems like pistols in general seem to really be my jam for some reason. There's the revolver, just the revolver. I think the only pistols that I'm not comfortable with are just because I haven't used them. An AKM, huh? Not bad. Pile of nails. Pocket sands. Well, I do need 44 Magnum sometime for more revolver shenanigans. So I will hang on to that. Pistols train you to be more accurate than usual, or at least in the case of most of the pistols it has. Well, that was until I started using lasers on them. But you know, since I'm level 3 Spectre now, I can kind of afford to use lasers if I see fit. It's just that, yeah, it does make headway for quote unquote lazy aiming, which is wow. Which is obviously can be a problem sometimes if you depending on who you ask, because what happens if you do eventually run out of lasers? Then how you gonna aim? You know? That's proper, by the way. The guy that I said he got stolen from me by the by the by the lady. Okay, pretty good. I always need more Ragnars. I'm pretty sure I lost one in my previous stream. What's all the Glock mags? GPU. Okay. No luck yet. Oh, 51. Decent amount of bullets too. Okay, I'll take it. The AK. Give it back. 9x19 tracer. Okay. You know, when you a broke ass bitch, you take anything you can find, you know? You fight for scraps. 5.7, 50A. Well, luckily for you, we just so happened to found a Glock for this very match. So 30-06. Well, armor piercing, but not that many bullets, so we can. Shows you how useless the infantry helmet is, isn't it? Pretty daunting, isn't it, to know that that the SSH doesn't barely gives so little for something that is more expensive than the pilot helmet. I guess I'm just really comfortable with pistols. I mean, shit. I always talked with Rips before his passing that if I were to come to America and actually like live there, I would want a gun that I would want to use or buy would be a Canik TP9 SF, and it looks like a Glock, but it's kind of like a budget Glock, and it looks really nice. Like I really want a Canik. But you know, best my country has done is give me an assault rifle and call me a soldier. So sometimes compromise is compromise, even though compromises are kinda, you know, it wasn't really a compromise. It was more so do it or we'll jail you kind of thing. Fun times. The laptop might be, well, it's not around here apparently. Clearly, it's not around here. Can I? Is it that way? Or is that blocked off? I honestly can't tell because my render is not that great that I can tell far things. Maybe that's why I suck at long range because my because as you can see my pixel density and resolution quality is slightly below the 100%, which I'm not a wizard. I'm not a wizard, Harry, but anything below 100% seems to be not so beneficial. I mean, I would change it now, but in of itself, when I try to stream already, I get like slow a very noticeable kind of like artifacting. So, you know, even with the current settings that I have, which I have not changed a single bit since I started seriously playing Tabor, it is only it. I mean, the graphical like an overhaul to the new island did kind of bring a couple lag spikes, but it's honestly nothing that a patch can't fix. It
Hej
really
ty, k zemi, nebo chcípneš, vole.
it really isn't that big of a deal. I believe it's in the next car over. Train. It's in the next train over. I grabbed the wrong gun, but honestly, who cares? Oh my god, the video's ruined! Oh, what is this? Hello. I will take you. I guess I should give my opinion on the I guess it's only natural that I should give my opinion on this here gun. Not the AKM, the oh, not a 5.56. I think the Beretta is a nice looking gun, but I think that's honestly the extent of its use. Because to be fully honest, if I am really fully honest, it not being a gun that you can buy really hurts it in general. Okay, most of the guns in general, especially pistols, are at best a preference, are at best complete preference. But if you toss in the fact that you can only find this in raid, people aren't generally inclined to bring it back into raid once they've found it, right? So what ends up happening is that you create this negative feedback loop of just people amassing Berettas, and then, you know, when they actually bring it, they find out that it's not really as impressive or at least in my opinion, it's certainly not impressive enough to warrant you know, using it as your main primary. If you like the Beretta, sure, why not use it? But to be honest, If you are at Spectre 5, you have the Deagle, which is a roundhouse, which has a roundhouse killer round. You have the FN57, which I don't know about the applications in Tabor itself, but 57 in real life is an armor piercing round by nature. So, and it also has an extended magazine. These things are 15 rounder magazines, and they don't really come extended per se. So you'd be a little bit hard pressed to justify this gun being good. It really has a lot of disadvantages, but I like it as a gun because it just because Berettas have always looked nice to me, just being fully honest. So uh yeah, if you find a couple in raid and you're comfortable with bringing in one, sure, why not? I think most people would honestly just opt to keep it once and be done. One and done. Really, it really you really aren't doing yourself a favor by making it findable only in raid, but that could very well have been the main purpose of the game, was to ease people into the idea that certain things can only be found in raid, even though I guess technically if you think about it, they've already been doing that from the start with stuff like the MCX spears and whatever. I'm not and I mean also like boss weapons are also kind of the same concept, but yeah, I guess I'll see y'all at the outro. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video today, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I mean, I've been wanting to do this video for a while just to put the Beretta in action. You know, shame like the previous two videos or stream edits that I made. I didn't get anything lucky this time except for Ragnar, which I guess is still pretty good. But hey, at least I beat the streamer luck allegations this time. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.